Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going over Google Ads bid strategies. So I'm going to go through every single different type of bid strategy that is available through Google Ads. I'm going to go through how you can pick bid strategies as you create your campaigns. And I'm also going to go through how to create portfolio bid strategies that you can manage for specific campaigns. So portfolio bid strategies is available through tools, and under shared library, you can see bid strategies here. So this is how I started to manage all my bid strategies when I'm managing campaigns at all. So what I'm going to do first is go through all the different types of bidding strategies and the goals that they apply for. And then I'm going to show you where you can use them for different types of campaigns. So if I come over here, I can see I've listed all of these different bidding strategies. So we start with target ROAS. So that's a return on ad spend. We have target CPA, cost per acquisition, maximize conversions, and enhance CPC. These four bidding strategies at the top left are going to be the best performing bidding strategies in Google Ads when you're trying to drive conversions for your business. And you can see over here we have what each of the different types of bidding strategies are grouped by the overall goal for your campaign. So these four are going to drive conversions, leads, sales, whatever your conversion type is for your business. These four are going to drive them for you. Target ROAS refers to return on ad spend. So you're setting a specific percentage return that you want to get on your ad spend. So let's just say, for example, you're spending $100. You're trying to shoot for a 200% return on ad spend. That means for every $100 you spend, you want to drive $200 in revenue for your business. Target CPA refers to cost per acquisition. So what that means is you're setting a specific amount you're willing to pay for each conversion for your business. So if conversions are worth, let's say $50 for your business, then you want to get a cost per acquisition that's under $50 so that you can continue to drive optimal conversions for your business. Maximize conversions is basically you set a daily budget, and let's say your daily budget is $25. Google is going to try to drive as many conversions as possible within that budget. Enhanced CPC is similar to manual CPC, except Google uses your conversion data to increase or decrease your bids when they think a conversion is more likely. So these are the top bidding strategies that I recommend using if you can at all for your campaigns. You need to be using conversion tracking, and the more data you have, the better these bidding strategies are going to perform. So next is clicks. So there's two for clicks. There's maximize clicks and there's manual CPC. So maximize clicks, very similar to maximize conversions. You set a specific budget. Google tries to drive as many clicks as possible within that budget. Manual CPC, you're actually setting bids for your keywords. So this was the old method for Google AdWords, is you would set bids for individual keywords, and you can still do this when you first create campaigns. A lot of times when I first create campaigns, I'll use enhanced CPC or maximize conversions until I can start using target return on ad spend or target CPA. But what you would do is set manual bids for all of your keywords, and then you could increase or decrease bids over time. So these two are just going to focus on clicks. So the next two will refer to views and engagement. So maximum CPV, so that's a YouTube bidding strategy, a video bidding strategy. It's maximum cost per view. So how much you're willing to spend for each view on your video ad. This was kind of the older bidding strategy that would be used for YouTube ads a lot, and it's still used a lot for YouTube ads. I'll show you how to use it. But again, with YouTube ads, a lot of times I try to use target CPA because you can now try to drive more leads within your YouTube advertising campaigns. The next one is cost per engagement. So this is just one type of Google display advertising campaign where you create lightbox ads, and what you're going to do is bid for every engagement on your lightbox ad. So I don't run these very often, but I'm going to show you how to do this and where you can set up cost per engagement bidding. So last but not least is impression bidding. So I generally don't use impression bidding at all, but some of the different options are target impression share. So that's where you're targeting for a certain impression share on the Google search network. Target search page location. So you're targeting for specific locations on the search page. Target outranking share. So you would set up a competitor website that is actually running advertisements and you're trying to outrank them with your Google ads. So these three are more useful if you're really just trying to outrank your competitors, and I'm going to go through them a little bit more in detail as we go. There's viewable CPM. So this is more of a Google display ads bidding strategy. And what it means is you're bidding for impressions and they're viewable impressions. So CPM refers to cost per 1,000 impressions. And with viewable CPM, you would set a bid for how much you're willing to pay for every 1,000 impressions on your advertisement. and then target CPM. So this is used more for YouTube advertising. And this is where you would set a specific CPM that you're willing to pay for your video advertisements for every impression on your video ad. So we're going to come back over to Google Ads here, and I'm going to go through these bidding strategies in a little bit more detail. So what we can do here is just click on create a new campaign. So if we click on sales here, if we click on leads here, you're going to see the same exact campaign types: search, display, shopping, and video. So I'm just going to come to sales here. If I click on search, it's going to say select the ways you like to reach your goal. I'm going to just click on continue for now. So you never want to include your ads on the Google Display Network, but as we scroll down, you're going to see bidding strategies here. So they've kind of changed the way they set up bidding strategies a little bit over the years. Right now they're showing this, what do you want to focus on? So this will kind of help with the way our last image showed, is what do you want to focus on? Conversions, conversion value, clicks, or impression share. Otherwise, what you can do is say, I want to select a bid strategy directly. So selecting a bid strategy directly will say, these are all the different types of bidding strategies, and you'll see a lot of the ones that we just went over. So target CPA, target return on ad spend, and then you can see some of these other ones: target search page location, target outranking share, target impression share. So these are all options when you're setting up search advertising campaigns. Again, I recommend starting in these ones up at the top with target CPA, target return on ad spend, or maximize conversions, but you do need to be using conversion tracking. So you can kind of scroll over and see how all these different bid strategies work. These ones are all automated bid strategies. So when you set up your campaign, you don't really need to set up bids. Google is just automatically going to try to drive conversions, clicks, or impressions based on your budget. Now, manual CPC, this is where you would actually set your own maximum cost per click bids for your ads. So just some different options when it comes to bidding strategies for search campaigns. So, and these are going to be all the different options you have available when you're creating search campaigns with the goal of sales or leads. So if we come back over here, we're going to click leave. So if we click on display campaign, we'll just do standard display campaign, click on continue. We're going to scroll down a little bit so you can see bidding here. What do you want to focus on? Conversions, and it's going to say, how do you want to get conversions? You can either manually set bids. So it's going to say you're going to pay for clicks, and this is going to be the CPC enhanced bid strategy. So you're still setting bids when it comes to the enhanced bidding strategy, but Google is going to try to increase conversions as they get more data about your campaign. Sometimes you can set up your campaigns initially like that, and then you can move to the other automated bidding strategies. So here you can see with display, they have the same exact thing. So conversions, conversion value, clicks, and viewable impressions. I like to just go to select a bid strategy directly. So if you go there, it's going to say manual CPC, viewable CPM. So that's going to be a little bit different because you don't have viewable CPM on the search network, but you do on the display network. So it's just going to be focused on viewable impressions for your campaign. So the same exact other bidding strategies that you can use. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about setting up these bidding strategies. But if you do something like maximize conversions, for example, it's going to say pay for clicks. So Google is just going to try to maximize conversions within your budget. If we come over here, you can see viewable CPM. So you're paying for viewable impressions. Google is just going to try to drive as many viewable impressions as possible for the lowest possible cost. Manual CPC bids. So this means you're going to be setting your own bids. Usually they'll automatically check this, help increase conversions with enhanced CPC. And then target CPA, target return on ad spend. If you click these, it's going to say what your target return on ad spend is for your campaign. Target CPA, it's going to tell you to enter a target CPA here. Now, I like to use portfolio bid strategies, so I'm going to go through this a little bit more at the end of the video as we go. Okay, and then if I come over here and if I do maximize clicks, it's going to try to get as many clicks as possible, and you can set a maximum CPC bid limit. You could pretty much do this for all the bidding strategies. And again, as I do portfolio bid strategies, this will make a little bit more sense than maximum CPC bidding limits. So what I'm going to do is come back up to the top here, change my campaign type. So we're going to click on leave. So that's pretty much for sales, leads, even website traffic. You're going to see a lot of the same types of bidding strategies. Now, as you come to product and brand consideration, if I click on video here, it's going to say influence consideration. If I click on continue, so right here where bidding strategy is, it's going to say maximum CPV, maximum cost per view. That's your only option when you're using this campaign type. So when you're in a video campaign and you're using product and brand consideration as your goal, that's going to be the only bidding strategy available to you. Now, if we come back over here again, we're going to stay in product and brand consideration, click on display, and we're going to click on continue. So this is where cost per engagement bidding comes into play, but Cost per engagement is only used for lightbox ads because lightbox ads are a unique type of ad. When you click on create here, it's going to take a little while to come up, but you're going to see new lightbox ads. Usually you're adding things called cards to your advertisement. So you're creating cards with images, videos, a logo. You can add a message here, a call to action. And if you see the preview over here, basically the way lightbox ads work is they're more engagement ads, so people can engage with your display advertisements. They're not necessarily always going to click through to your website, but sometimes they might watch your video, they might expand your advertisement and just see some of the deals you have to offer. So there's a lot of different things you can do with lightbox ads. I should create a tutorial about this because they're a little bit different than your normal display advertisements, but this is where cost per engagement bidding comes into play. Okay, so next, as I come back over here, we're going to leave this again. So one thing I didn't go through, so if I click on leads here and you click on video and it's going to say drive conversions, if you click on continue, so your bidding strategy with video can be maximize conversions or target CPA. So that's generally what I use now with video campaigns. And I think a lot of video advertisers are using it as well because you can actually drive leads for your campaigns. You can drive sales. So some different options when it comes to video advertising campaigns. So if I come over to brand awareness and reach here and click on display, I can click on continue. And we're going to scroll down a little bit here. So under bidding, it's going to say, what do you want to focus on? So for this, you could do viewable impressions. You could also do conversions and clicks, but really if you're doing conversions and clicks, you'd rather use the leads or sales goals when you're creating your campaigns. So if you're trying to get more impressions, brand awareness, if you're trying to reach a lot of different people with a message, you can use these types of campaigns. And this is where you would want to use viewable impressions as your bidding strategy. So if I click select a bid strategy directly, you're going to see we have all these different options down here for display campaign bidding. So target CPA, they don't have target return on ad spend here, but you could do maximize clicks, conversions. This is really where you would want to use viewable impressions because you're trying to increase your overall brand awareness. Maybe you're trying to get an offer out there to a lot of different people so they can understand a little bit more about your products and services and why they should buy them or take advantage of an offer that you're currently running. So these are some different options when it comes to brand awareness and reach for display campaigns. But if you're going to use those automated bidding strategies like target CPA or like maximize conversions, I would recommend setting it up with different goals in mind. So like sales and leads. Now, if we do brand awareness and reach, come to video here and any of these campaign subtypes. So if I click on skippable in-stream, click on continue, it's going to use target CPM bidding. So basically you're just trying to get a lot of impressions on your video advertisement. So you're setting a target CPM. So what I'm going to do here now is go to tools and I'm going to come to bid strategies under shared library. Okay, so I'm in bidding strategies now, and what you can do is set up specific bid strategies for your business. If you go to portfolio bid strategies, you can click here. I can create a new target return on ad spend or target CPA bidding strategy. I can do this. It's going to say select the campaign you want to apply it to. So I could say I want to do it to this one. I'm already using my newsletter target CPA bid strategy here, and I can let's just do it for this one for right now. We'll click on this. So it's going to apply this bid strategy to this campaign. We can click on done. You can name your bidding strategy. So I'll just do sample. So you set a target CPA here. So again, your target CPA is how much you're willing to pay for each conversion. And over time, you should be able to get your target CPA down and you should be able to increase your return on ad spend. So that's kind of the goal with those two bidding strategies is to decrease your target CPA. So let's say you started at $10. You ultimately want to get it lower and lower. So maybe you get it down to $8, $7, $6. And then if you come to advanced options here, you can also set maximum and minimum bidding limits. So if you don't want to spend more than $3 for a single click, for example, you can set a maximum bidding limit. If you don't want to spend less than a certain amount for a click, then you can set that as well. So just some different options as you're setting up different types of bid strategies. So if I click on save here, okay, so what you can see is the new one we just created is now active on that campaign. So it's still going to be learning a little bit. The one we're currently running, it's saying limited, not enough data. So in order to get enough data, you need at least 5 conversions over a 14-day period or 15 conversions over a 30-day period. That's going to allow Google Ads to really optimize any bid strategy that you're using that involves conversions. So just to go through some of the other portfolio bid strategies here, when you're doing target return on ad spend, it's going to tell you to set a target return on ad spend, so a percentage. 100% would be breaking even. So 50% would mean for every $100 you spend, you're returning $50 in revenue, and then 150% and beyond. So if you just take 100 and 150% would mean that you're returning $150 in revenue. So basically the difference there would be $50. And you could do that with whatever your budget is. So that's how target return on ad spend works. So basically you're just trying to maximize the overall percentage for the amount that you spend. So under advanced options, you can also do maximum and minimum bid limits for this. So I'm going to click on cancel here. The next thing we can do is maximize clicks. So if you click on maximize clicks, you can set maximum CPC bid limits and you can set a target spend per day. So just some different options that you have there as well. So target spend per day, you can still set through the daily budgets and you can just set a maximize clicks bid strategy through your campaign settings. But if you want to set a target spend per day, you can do that as well. I don't use maximize clicks too often. Most of these I don't really use too often besides target CPA and target return on ad spend. And then again, when I start campaigns, sometimes I'll use enhanced CPC. Now target impression share. So if you click on it, so basically what you're doing is where do you want your ads to appear? So it's saying anywhere on the results page, top of the results page, or the absolute top of the results page. So what that means is if we open Google over here, so I just did a search for marketing software. So anywhere on the results page would include these ads at the top here and these ads at the bottom here as well. So there's advertisements at the bottom. So top of the results page would be any of these ads in the top 4 positions up here. And then the absolute top would be where the Salesforce ad is right now. So that's if you're trying to target impression share. And that's the same thing. If we come to cancel here again, so click over here, target search page location. So it's the same thing like that, top of the first results page or anywhere on the first results page. So some different options if you're trying to maximize the overall impressions for your search advertisements and really outrank some of your competitors. So just coming back over here to target impression share. So the thing you would want to do is also target a % impression share as well. So if you want to do a 100% impression share, you can't be limited by budget either. So this is something you can do if you have a huge budget and you're trying to outrank your competitors. And then you can set a maximum CPC bid limit here as well. If we click on cancel, come over here. So that's target impression share. Target search page location means you're targeting either the top of the first results page or anywhere on the first results page. And then bid automation, you could either do automatic, so Google will raise and lower your bids to match the estimated top of page bid, or manual, where it says you set your own bids and Google Ads will adjust them to meet or exceed the estimated top of page bid. So you can increase or decrease your bid adjustment here as well. So you can increase or decrease by a certain percentage to make sure that you're getting in some of these top positions. You can set maximum bid limits here. And then a few other things, if you have limited budgets, so it's saying don't raise bids if the campaign is limited by budget. So what that means is if you have the warning sign of limited by budget for your campaign, that means that you're either going to have to increase your budget or you probably have to lower your bids to get more out of your campaign. But the other thing you can do is raise bids even if the campaign is limited by budget. This is not really recommended. This means that you might spend a lot of your advertising budget on just a few clicks. I don't really ever use this target search page location bid strategy. The last thing you can do is for low quality keywords. So if you have keywords with a low quality score, it's going to say don't raise bids on keywords with a low quality score or raise bids even on keywords with a low quality score. You don't really want to raise bids like that because basically what it means is you might be bidding twice what your competitor is and you might have a similar ad rank, but you're spending a ton on each individual click. Where you're better off is using some of the bidding strategies that drive conversions for your business and then just continuing to try to improve your quality score and improve your ad rank so that you could spend less on each individual keyword bid over time. So we're going to click on cancel here again. So if I click here, and the last one is target outranking share that I'm going to go through. So if you do that, basically what you do is you enter a domain name here to outrank. So it would be sampledomain.com. So if they're running advertisements, you're trying to outrank them by a certain percentage. So if we just scroll over here, it's going to say, let's say that another domain, example.com, has ads that are often displayed above yours. So if you want to outrank their ads in 80 out of every 100 auctions, you'd set your target outranking share to 80%. So if you're just trying to outrank them just a little bit more, you could just do 51%. If you're trying to outrank them in every single ad auction, you could do 100% here. You can set a maximum bid limit if you want to. And if we click on advanced options, so you can also do bid automation here as well for Google and low quality keywords. Don't raise bids on keywords with low quality score. Again, I don't really ever use these 3 bidding strategies. So they can be useful if you're really just trying to outrank a competitor in Google Ads. So maybe for really competitive industries or an industry with only a few competitors that are trying to outrank each other on Google Ads. I think you're better off trying to target a specific return on ad spend or a cost per acquisition for your campaign, and then just trying to improve your ad rank and quality score over time. So these are all the Google Ads bidding strategies. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. Thanks for watching our video today, and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.